Hi, it's Alexandra again. And another thing that I want to ask you in the context of AI and its current developments is, I guess, your thoughts on the automation of work and our future with robots. So, as I was saying before about Sophia, the humanoid robot that got citizenship of Saudi Arabia, well, quite obviously, perhaps not technologies exactly like Sophia, but several others that will deploy machine learning in its many different kinds and variations will probably become some sort of assistance or help in our work environment in the future. And some of them will become something that will service our activities and enhance them and help and supplement whatever we do, but there will be many that will, I guess, replace us, or at least replace some of the jobs that we do, some of the tasks that we perform, and they will probably be cheaper and in many ways also better than us. And I think it's a very important issue. The automation of work is something that is not properly addressed on the political level and societal level. So we don't really have any debate on how we would like to direct this change. And I think many people, again, feel that they have no influence on it. And many people are afraid of the loss of jobs and the repercussions of the automation of work. And this is yet another issue that I think for us AI specialists is very hard to solve just by ourselves. And I again think that this is also a matter of bigger public debate that should happen soon. The problem is we don't have really good matrix systems to understand how this shift is happening. We don't really fully understand which jobs we're losing and which new are being opened because of the fact that certain technologies need new kinds of skills and they also generate new kinds of professions. And we get to hear very juxtaposed views on what's going to happen with the future of the automation of work. So on one hand, we hear people who tell us, yes, we will be replaced. Now, partially at the beginning and gradually more and more, and at some point a job will become something elitist, something that is not really open for everyone, and something that we also have to share like a scarce resource. And there are people who say, okay, perhaps in that context we have to talk about the universal basic income and taxation of machines, because how else are we going to make a living in a world where we are jobless? And on top of that, there are other dilemmas, such as what are we going to do when we are unemployed and we're not working? Are we capable of finding ourselves something to do? Perhaps the crowd at South by Southwest is not really worried by these things, but I guess for many people who are performing very ordinary jobs, this is clearly an issue that requires addressing. On the other hand, though, we get to hear a very different discourse, and that discourse is all about, no, actually we're not going to become unemployed and we're not going to be jobless. To the contrary, we will be working even more than we were before. There was this very recent report by Newsweek. It was called Smart Jobs, and there were claims in there based on another study by Deloitte that for every 800,000 jobs that are being taken away by machines, which are usually quite simple jobs, routinized, there are new generated, and this new amount is 3.5 million, which means that there are more jobs coming up because of the fact that we're developing technologically than they are disappearing. And in that context, it doesn't really seem like a future where we are jobless. So I would love to hear your thoughts on that, and I would love to know, what do you think about the future of work? Are we going to share that work with machines? Are they going to become assistive systems, and how to do that they become actually assistive systems that help us and not systems that replace us? Or perhaps you would actually be happy that they can replace us because we will have free time to do other things, and perhaps we can become more focused on solving major problems that we struggle with, and we can do things better when we have more time and we're not working under stress and we don't have to worry about our living conditions. Maybe this is just a very utopian vision for the future, but these are just thoughts that I have as a as an AI specialist who would like to also find some answers for the future. So I really guess that these two issues, both the first one, the question of, what is the place of AI and how to make it more inclusive, and this second question that we're raising here, how do we co-create the future with machines, and how should we proceed with automation, are very important questions of today. And I think they're starting to get noticed, which is actually a good thing. And it's also quite interesting to observe how new fields of research are being attached to artificial intelligence, right? It used to be very much an engineering field, perhaps slightly philosophical, neuropsychological too. But now we have AI ethics, which is a completely new realm of, I would say, scientific discovery and also reflection about how do we create machines that align with our goals, are safe for us, are not harming us, and can be somehow directed, right, for a beneficial, positive change. So I think the paradigm of neutral technologies that can be applied anywhere is perhaps over, and we should start thinking about a new paradigm in which machines are created for some greater good, and if there's no greater good, perhaps they shouldn't be created at all. And so these are the issues or questions that I would like to raise here today, being a virtual persona at South by Southwest. And I hope to leave you with that. And if you'd like to chat more, please follow me on Twitter, and also write to me. Some contact info should be also here, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Bye-bye.